All right, so this is our third attempt to get this done.
Third time's the charm.
Oh my God. Okay, this is definitely going to be the last one that we're doing here. So anyway, in Easter, we had this idea. We wanted to do a couple of impossible things with Rubik's Cubes. And the first one was actually inspired by something we saw on YouTube. Somebody had put a Rubik's Cube in a glass bottle. We found some good glass bottles at the reject shop. So they come in these nice light bulb shapes. They're perfect for Rubik's Cubes. We actually got a couple in already. So here's one. Very tight fit. Now the guy on YouTube actually doesn't say how he got it in. He's also got something very tight. Now what I did was I actually took the sleeve off. And then, well, the real challenge is really to get it into the glass bottle. So if you have a look at the opening here, the little pieces that the cube consists of, they just fit in through this hole here. And obviously what you have to do is you have to take the cube apart into these tiny little pieces, feed them in through the hole and somehow fiddle them together back inside here. Now once it's actually in, you can see it's a very tight fit. It still kind of turns around, everything kind of turns, so that's fine. Sleeve goes back on. I don't know yet whether I'm going to glue it on or not. It definitely looks a bit nicer this way, and it actually sits on the table like this. It looks really good, I think. So I've got a couple more like this. So I want to put another cube in. I actually tried to get this on video the other day, and well, an hour and something in, this happened. One of the corners pressed a little bit too much against the glass, and we got a hole here. So I'm not happy. No? So another attempt today to get this going, but this is just less than 0.5 millimeter thick, this glass. So you've got to be very careful when you push against things. I'm going to give this another go today, but I'm actually going to use this jar here to start with and try to get a cube in here. Should be easier. It's a lot thicker glass, so it's not going to break. The opening is a little bit bigger. But it's going to be a tighter fit, so I'm pretty sure I can't turn the cube around in this one. So that's the challenge with this. So I'll first try to get a cube into this one. If I succeed with this, then I'm going to get one of my other glass bottles out and put a second cube into that one. Well, maybe I'm going to be sick of it, the whole thing by the end of it, but we'll see. Okay, what kind of tools am I using here? Just whatever I found in the cupboard, really. There's some chopsticks here. There's some screwdriver, actually screwdrivers, 2 screwdrivers. And then we've got like a bent screwdriver, and I've got a few pieces of cloth. And what else? I've got a magnet here, and you'll see all of those things kind of in action in a second. And apart from that, well, I'll just tell you a little bit about these cubes. This is actually an old Rubik's Cube by the Rubik's company. And you can just take the thing apart very easily like that. So this takes a couple of seconds to take one of those things apart. It's much harder to put it together again. Even if you put it together outside, it takes a few, well, minutes maybe. And so you break it down to this cross, and the cross actually doesn't change while you're manipulating the Rubik's Cube. Now, obviously, that doesn't fit through any opening here, so you still have to take it apart. Now with this old Rubik's Cube, there's actually no way to get this apart. It's all welded together, so you can just forget about it. So I'm not going to use this sort of Rubik's Cube. I'm going to use one of the modern Rubik's Cubes. So I'm just going to get rid of all this. Okay. Goes. I'm going to use a modern Rubik's Cube. With that one, you actually have access to screws here, and you can completely unscrew things. So I'm just going to open this thing up in a second. Well, let's just maybe get one of the lids off here. So there's a screw inside, and we can just unscrew this, and then the whole cube comes undone. So, and now I can also take off the other caps here. So there's one cap, another cap, another cap, and another cap. They actually have special grooves for these. And well, I'll just take them all off. So all 6 off. And now I can actually take this thing apart and, well, let's see. Let's just do it like this. Okay. And one more. It's still not fitting through. Well, actually, it is fitting through, so I might as well leave it in. With those glass bottles, so with those ones here, you can actually not get it through, so you have to take one more off. But, you know, since I don't have to, so I can just kind of, you know, throw it in and then start assembling it. So I think I might just do that. Well, and now I'm pretty much ready to go. The only thing I'm still going to do is kind of set out things in a reasonable way so that I can find stuff easily. And, well, you can go now. And I'll see you in a couple of hours, right?
Yeah, have fun with that.
All right, done. Now, second one. All right, so we all got it in, lucky, and have a look at this. It's much nicer. So this is actually a new type that I found. This one doesn't have the foot, so you're supposed to kind of hang this, but it must be from the same factory, so it's the same sort of setup. Anyway, so this one was actually quite easy to get in, mainly because I could actually get my fingers in. So the larger opening is actually making a huge difference. With this one, you know, I really had to fiddle again, but I didn't break it, so that was good. And well, what's the next challenge? Oh, can you give me the other one? Yeah, so the next challenge is this guy here. So I mean, with this one I can still kind of touch with my fingers. With this one, I mean, finger goes that far in, and the cube, when it's completely assembled, will be below that line here. So that will be a really, really interesting one to try. So well, we'll see. Anyway, I'm happy today. So we did 2 cubes.
Hey, that works.
And huh?
That works.
That works. And Giuseppe, which one do you want? This one or that one?
No, I think you should keep the really hard one because.
No.
I think
I've already got one really hard one, so you can choose.
Oh boy. Oh, no,
Which one do you want?
No, I feel bad taking that one. No, I'll
You want to take
the
that
simple one? Yeah,
All right.
I'll take the simple one.
There you go. Okay, done.
Awesome.
Awesome. Ah, my God.